happy Wednesday. It is middle of the afternoon, and you'll be hearing all types of noises. The furnace is running because the air is on because it's getting warm out, and Mr. Jerry's in the kitchen and he's vacuuming up chicken, frozen chicken. I think we got like 40 pounds worth, but I think he's only got 2 bags in right now that he's going to. They came froze and they're in a big bag that you can, you know, reseal, but we need room in our outside freezer. They got corn in right now at Denny's in Saranac, 60 ears for like $25, and I told them, I said, unless we can find room, we can't do corn this year. So we prefer it frozen over the can. So he's doing all the chicken, and then we will make room the best that we can because we really like the corn. And then this morning he did a bunch of running around. He had auction stuff that he wanted to get, and stores he wanted to stop to, and I just still nursing my back. It's not painful, it's just really stiff. So this morning when I got up, I took a couple of ibuprofen. Haven't taken any since, but sciatica, once you pull it, it can take up to 6 weeks to completely heal. So so this morning I stayed here with the kitties, and I crocheted on that Christmas cookie Afghan until Simba jumped up on my lap and decided that he needed to have some loving and go to sleep. He's been doing that more and more, but usually he's up there for maybe a minute and then he goes over to the couch and then he goes to sleep there, or in his tree, their cat tower. But today I was blessed for him to go to sleep. He didn't lay flat, but he was just laying there, and you could tell he was sleeping, but for 20 minutes. So, and then Miss Nala, after a bit, came out into the sunroom a lot because Mr. Jerry wasn't out here for her to stop by, and she just was investigating everything. So but we were talking last night about my cucumber plants, because last year I didn't get I didn't get any cucumbers, and this year I only have had one, and I'm really trying my darndest not to lose all the littles that are out there right now, because something definitely has got a hold of it. So but my friend Shar, she is doing good with her cucumbers this year, and she's done as much pickles as she wants to out of the cucumbers and relish. And I made the remark to her last night, I says, you know, something about in the garden, you know, a plant probably should be tossed, but you're doing the darndest to save it. And she goes, what is plaguing you? And I told her the cucumber plant. And I said, I was hoping to be able to get cucumbers to do relish, because we're basically down to one half-pint jar. And these were the burpless kind, and so it's supposed to make it so that people like me, that regular cucumbers can upset your system. Burpless doesn't. So, and when I went out there yesterday to look, on the trellis, one side is one form of burpless, the other side is a different kind of burpless. And the side that's really infected, I could sit there and cut every darn leaf off because it's just going up. And but there's so many yellow flowers, and we got so many pollinators, so you know, I just am trying to make it so that they'll start producing. So and the other side, there's no yellow flowers on that one, and it's already getting a little of the whatever the other side has. So Jerry said he was going to spray it, and he didn't. He has to mix it up and everything, but he's been gone. And so my friend last night, well, not last night, the night before, had offered me, she said that she has a whole bunch of pickles or cucumbers that she's all done with, and she doesn't want to throw them away. And did I want them? And at first I turned her down and said no, because I have like 6 or 7 that are like this long now, and they're probably ½ inch around. And I said I really was hoping to be able to use those. Well, after I made that remark last night, this morning, she said, "Are you sure you don't want those? They're sitting in my crisper." And I said, "Sure." Because last night we talked about, well, pickles, you know, cucumbers don't cost that much. We could buy some pickling cucumbers to do into the relish. It's just that frustration that you want to use what's in your garden. So I told her, sure. I said, now, is the cucumbers you got for relish, or are they for pickles? Because there is a difference. And I really didn't want them if they were for pickles, even though I can make pickles, and I probably would have. She said, no, these would be for relish. That's what she used. And I know I bought the kind of cucumbers that she says that she gets. So, but you don't know for sure. So when Jerry was out and about, he stopped and picked them up. And, you know, it's really nice of her. You know, there's enough to do a batch, maybe a little bit more. And then we will be set for the year on that. So I'm very grateful for people that have gardens like that just offer it up for free. And I just hope that some year I'll be able to grow cucumbers and do the same thing. But so we were hoping to get rain. We didn't get rain. So, he is going to, I'm going to have to decide which is more beneficial, the water for the garden or, spraying the cucumbers. And I'm thinking tonight I'll have him water, and then tomorrow maybe have him spray the cucumbers just to see, but I don't know. You know, it's like the green beans didn't fare like they're supposed to. You know, it's just discouraging at times. But anyways, that's the life of a gardener. And I'm grateful for the ones who, farmers markets and all that stuff, that have done it for years and years, and you can still get them. Just like Denny's farm stand. They have their, like I said, they have their corn, their sweet freezer, or they call it their sweet corn, their freezer corn. It is peaches and cream, which is the yellow and the white kernels, and it's very, very good. And they say a bushel, and actually it's a generous bushel because they make sure there's 60 ears in it, and $25 is not a bad price. So the cucumbers are still okay to do, because they're for the relish, because you just scoop out the seeds once you cut them and cut the ends off, and then you just grind everything up. And my peppers aren't ready, so I'll have to go to Aldi's and buy a red, green, orange, yellow. It called for black, and I'm not for sure that I have that. So they're just all sweet except for the green, and then a onion. And I had wrote down that I had used half of everything of those, and then in the Ball Blue book is where I got it out of the sweet pickle relish. And hopefully I'll have enough to do a double batch, which would be 14 half pints, which will definitely get us through a couple years, and then I won't have to worry about that next year. So but yeah, so I was just in the head trying to get all this, and the corn doesn't take much. Once he gets it, we go up and get it, we bring it back, he'll bring in a tote, and then we'll just sit there and we will peel all the husk and all that stuff off. And then he bought a gadget you can set it in that you can put the corn cob in and it will shred it, and then we'll just freeze it. We don't blanch it. Pros and cons to it, you know, but you just cook it a little longer when you are using it. So, but yeah, other than that, I did start knitting on that sock, and I wanted to show you what I was knitting on, because I said it was from Freckled Whimsy. It was from her Christmas club last year. It is an 8-stripe repeat, and it is called Christmas Playlist. And her base that she uses for this last year was on her Splendid. It was 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon, 437 yards or 100 grams, and it's a 4-ply fingering. And it came with a mini. So this is the mini right here, and I think I'm just going to use the mini. Depends where the stripe, what color the stripe ends up on the heel. I find if this color is in the stripe sequence, then it tends to be right where the heel is, and I just carry it through, and then I save this for the toes. So it will be either heel and toes or just toes, but it is a beautiful color. And then this is what this looks like. So that would be the heel right there. And I am this far on it. So this would be, it would hang like this on your, this would be the cuff. So, but I think what I like about stripe yarns is because you can't wait to get to the next stripe, and they do tend to go a little bit faster. So, but see, that color is right here, and if this stripe comes up when I get to the heel flap and turn, then I won't use this. So I won't make that decision until I get to it. So but I am right now, I will do like 30 rounds of knitting, and I think I'm on 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, about 14. So, but yeah, so that's what I have been knitting on. And then other than that, I need to go out and help Mr. Jerry finish that chicken, and have my chair ready in case I need to set, and go from there. So I'm going to let you guys go, and I am not going to show you frozen chicken. You don't need to see that. But hopefully tomorrow we will go up and get the corn, and we'll do that, and then by Friday I will do the pickle relish. So, because pickle relish takes a couple hours at least to do a batch. So, But anyways, thanks again, my friends, and I hope that you are having a fantastic day, and that whatever you're doing is enjoyable to you, and that you're always looking for something good in each and every day.